Hello friends, I'm Tab, and you're watching our channel KZ Cars Review. Today, I will show you Bugatti Chiron review. Before I get started video, if you want to make a professional commercial video for your brand or business, click on the link in description, and get your commercial video. The Bugatti Chiron has a very clear brief, to be the world's fastest, most exclusive, most expensive production car. Bugatti is part of the Volkswagen Group, and Bugatti sits at the top of the VW Group pyramid. If you imagine that Skoda is at the bottom, purveyors of great value, simply clever family cars with untellable practicality, and enviable costs of ownership, well, the Chiron is the opposite of that. It's a carbon fiber two-seater, with an engine in its middle behind the cabin. There's an ultra-strong passenger cell, plus carbon fiber bodywork, cladding the top of it. It may not surprise you to learn that there's only one engine and transmission option. It might surprise you to find that it's an 8.0-liter W16 petrol engine with 4 turbochargers, which drive through a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox to all 4 wheels, albeit with a bias towards rear-wheel drive. Even in the realm of hypercars, the Chiron is quite fast, as its predecessor, the Veyron, was, when that was introduced in 2005, and became the world's fastest production car. The Chiron's acceleration and top speed is similarly, today, beyond the realms of its competitors. It can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.5 SEC, and is electronically limited to 261 miles per hour. It arrived on sale at a time when it had few direct competitors. Koenigsegg and Pagani sell the cars closest to it. The Ferrari LaFerrari, Porsche 918 Spider, and McLaren P1 were all off sale at the time of the Chiron's arrival. Performance and drive. The Chiron experience is dominated by its engine. Even at low speeds, the 8.0-liter W16 engine pushes and growls and threatens. Although because Bugatti applies VW Group standards to the Chiron, it's actually impeccably behaved. The step-off from rest is smooth, control weights are good, and the gearbox, if left in D, shifts up at low revs and makes the Chiron a relatively relaxing car to drive. Its ride quality is reasonable. There are several different drive modes, one that maintains a good enough ride quality, though it feels firmer to us than, say, a McLaren P1 or a Ferrari 488 GTB, and 2 more that lower the body and stiffen the suspension for either higher speed motorway work, or if you want to exploit the handling. Not only are those modes stiffer, they're a touch lower, which risk grounding the Bugatti's nose on speed bumps, and the like. Its steering is at its most pleasing in this normal mode too, with good weighting, pleasant self-centering, and a natural, easy feel. And body control is good, whichever mode you put the Chiron in. Yes, it's at its tightest in the handling mode, but we never found it wanting regardless of the setup. Because of its curb weight, the Chiron feels less agile than a McLaren P1, or even a Porsche 918 Spider. But in a straight line, there's no doubt that it is faster than both. Despite some trickery with the turbochargers, 2 are disabled at low revs and accelerator inputs in an attempt to reduce turbo lag. There is a delay between you asking for power and you getting it. But we promise you'll never be disappointed by the amount you get when it eventually arrives. And you'll ask it to stop arriving long before it does. Interior. Bugatti prides itself on the fact that the Chiron is, ergonomically, as sound as almost any other VW Group product. So it should be no surprise to find that it's relatively easy to get in and out of. There are conventional doors, not scissor or dive ones like you'd find on some rivals. And once you're inside, you'll realize that the driving, or passenger seating, position is good too. The seats are electrically adjustable, and although they're not wide, they're perfectly supportive. The steering wheel adjusts for reach and rake through a large range, and the dials behind it are clear analog ones. Bugatti has resisted the VW Group trend towards digital dials, because it likes to think that, in 50 years' time, when the Chiron is at a car show, and kids are peering through the window to see what it'll do, they'll read that it has a 500 kph, or 300 miles per hour, speedometer. Visibility from inside is less impressive. The Chiron is a wide car, at more than 2.0 meters, and it's hard to see the extremities. Visibility rearwards isn't helped by the installation of a large light bar, the largest in the industry, that apparently basks the interior in a warming glow, and certainly enhances a two-seat cockpit feel, but also obstructs the rear view. Surfaces are finished in excellent quality, leather or aluminum. There's an absence of plastics, and where a material looks like a certain material, you can be that it is that material. But because weight reduction is at a premium, the leather isn't mounted onto soft, foamy surfaces, thus leaving the Chiron quite loud. When it comes to infotainment, there is a stereo system, and a trip computer only. Sound quality is good, but the hi-fi requires input from a mobile device. That saves Bugatti fitting a screen that could look too cheap in a £2.05 car, and says that apparently owners prefer it that way. Passenger and boot space. There's precious little room in the Chiron's cabin. There are small exposed door pockets, plus a lidded compartment in each door, but the center console is thin, so, save for a deck for a smartphone, there's precious little space on there. There is a small glove box, and, unless you're a tall driver, you'd find space behind the seats to squash a coat, but that's about it. Still, the Chiron does get a run on most hypercars, which have a bonnet area filled with radiators or electric motors. Bugatti has found room for luggage hold under the Chiron's hood that can hold a 44-liter overnight bag, and offers bespoke luggage to fit by packaging a radiator at an angle beneath it. Costs and verdict. Only 500 Chirons will be available, initially at a cost of around £2.05 apiece, but as production continues, don't be surprised if more expensive variants are added. That is, it will not have escaped your notice quite a lot, hence most buyers will have a Chiron as part of a collection, alongside 41 other cars, on average, with most owners likely to only drive them for around 800 miles a year. So as a used car, not too much personalization, and a low mileage would be an advantage. Stick to those rules, though, and the Chiron should retain a strong residual value. Bugattis tend not to register in most satisfaction or reliability surveys, but the company has a strong relationship with most customers. Almost all sign up to have their cars share its data with the factory, so Bugatti can advise if, say, the engine oil needs changing, or even if the tire pressures are low, and can download software updates to the car remotely, given the owner's permission. The data link is also an effective anti-theft device, because if the ignition is on, Bugatti will know where the car is, anywhere in the world. The Chiron hasn't been Euro NCAP tested, and isn't likely to be. Save for ABS and stability control, there are no active driver aids. But if you push the brake and throttle at the same time, as some drivers do on a racetrack, the throttle disengages. VW Group policy to prevent accidental acceleration that extends to even the fastest, most extreme car it makes. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.